that September day.
Hey guys, welcome back to Fraser Focus, local faces and local places. Recently, September 11th took place, and at the Peace Arch border, Americans and Canadians remember those who were sacrificed.
We had first responders and service personnel and the public from the United States and Canada to remember all those who served and who gave the ultimate sacrifice on 9/11 and all who serve today. The importance is to remember for all those that were alive when this happened, but also to teach and educate those who weren't. Literally, there are kids almost graduating high school now that were just born when 9/11 happened 16 years ago. So we want to not only pass this on to those who remember, but to the next generation so they will never forget, because history can repeat itself if we don't remember.
I would just like to take this opportunity on behalf of members of Parliament that are here today to welcome the Consul General, senators, dignitaries, border services.
I do remember watching the events and just being absolutely horrified that something like this could happen on U.S. soil and so close to Canada. And so, you know, all of our security personnel really took a different tact that day, and many things changed. And the security of the country, the security of the borders, all of those things, we had to look at things through a different lens, for sure.
May these gates never close. And that speaks loudly to the relationship that we all share as Canadians and Americans.
What strikes me is how much dedication the Canadians and Americans who participate in this have. I've participated in 9/11 commemoration events in a number of different places, and this really was very special. Having the first responders from New York here, the number of first responders from different U.S. and Canadian services really brought home how 9/11 was an event, but these people are making sacrifices every day. Canadian airports received nearly 300 diverted international flights. Canadians raced to New York and Pennsylvania and Washington, D.C.
Were you a first responder at the time in 2001?
Yes, actually I was with Vancouver Fire at the time, and I was head of their USAR program. We actually got activated to go to New York. I did get an opportunity to go to Ground Zero. You know, the emotions that came out of going to that site, and it was so surreal. It was so devastating to see the loss there and the loss of lives, and that when you start to think of 43 firefighters that perished going in to rescue people in the building, another 80 police officers and numerous other Port Authority members that had died on that day.
We also are seeing an alarming rise in occupational stress injuries, including a rising rate of first responder suicides. Lives are being cut way too soon.
And we're out here today representing and standing out here today in formation and honoring the people who were in 9/11 and the men and women who died.
On September 11th, my department lost 23 members. Matt's lost 343. Think about those numbers for a minute, because a number is just a number until you think about the fact that each one of those people had a family that they cared about, had people they loved, and people who loved them.
Is it tough for you?
It is. You don't see a lot of the images that were kind of seared into everyone's mind. You don't see them that much anymore. And as a result, a lot of people lose a sense of the horror, maybe, of the totality of that on that day. So events like these, it's important just to remember that things like that occurred, and that there are people who, heedless of their own safety, went to help and made the ultimate sacrifice. And to honor them, we need to make sure that that memory never dies.
I was on my way to work when I heard it on the radio. It's, oh my God, this couldn't be happening. It was a tragedy because nobody was expecting it, and nothing like that had ever happened in North America, period.
It's very humbling, and it's certainly one of those things that's just really just to understand why things like that would happen.
An amazing turnout here in the community. We're not done yet here on Fraser Focus. We're going to head over to another story in your community, Culture Days.